What's shaking bacons? I really enjoyed recording some Lego Star Wars while chatting with you guys last time, so I figured I'd do it again because I'm about to enter probably, I think, one of the most exciting Lego Star Wars levels, which is, I believe, the fight between Obi-Wan and Anakin on...
You know where Anakin is.
Oh my god, what's the planet?
No.
The lava planet.
Palpatine.
Guys, I swear, the older I get, the more my brain just
Anakin
flakes
became his
on
new
random
apprentice.
things.
I don't believe you.
It's like,
I must find him.
oh, how do I explain it?
There is still good in him. I know it.
Hopefully this isn't too loud, actually.
Anakin told me he was going to Mustafar.
Mustafar,
We need to find him before
that's the
Obi-Wan.
freaking place. It's like the older you get, the more your brain gets crammed with stuff. And my brain just starts dumping information. It's like, okay, this is too much. I'm just gonna turn the volume down on the game a little bit. Just a scooch again.
We must head to the landing pad immediately.
Look at all the cake she had. You know what'd be neat is if you could put on those
No.
clothes. I already destroyed everything in her apartment, by the way, except for this, apparently, for those wonderful studs. Let's go to Mustafar. So, some great news since recording last. I'm gonna have to give a shout out to Cameron Schmidt for his or her. To be fair, I don't know, or they, for their comment on the last video that said, "Have you buried a statue of Saint Joseph to sell your house?" I did not, but I kind of mentally did, and we got an offer on the house, which was a huge relief. Sadly, it's under asking, which, you know, sucks. Because everybody else is apparently, it feels like it's selling for over asking. Ours was under asking, but it's still hopefully going to be enough so that we'll be okay when we start relocating to our new location. She brought her cake with her. So that's really awesome. It took longer than most. Look at Obi-Wan's pretending he's a servant to sneak on the ship. Shifty Obi-Wan. It took it took longer than we expected. I think most houses in this area have been going at, I don't know, a couple days even, but it took ours a while. It took about 20 days, I would say, to get, oh, that's not where I'm supposed to go, right? Oh, I have to use the galaxy map. Got it. Okay, here we go. It took us like 20 days, I think, to get an offer. And our realtor came over and he showed us what the offer was, and it was like $50,000 under asking, which kind of sucks, right? Because we need the money. But he was like, you guys need to take this. He was like, the market is actually really starting to tank and people are not talking about it, but all the other houses in this area are sitting, they've all had to drop their prices over $100,000 this week. There's been no interest whatsoever on these houses compared to what has been happening on yours. Like, we've had the most interest, I guess, in our entire area, and that hasn't really been a lot. So he was like, the market is crashing, rates are skyrocketing, just sell, like, take it and run. So we were like, aye aye, captain. So we decided to take it and run. All right, so here's another brief criticism about this game. I don't like the very long ship landing sequences, but I think it's their version of a loading screen, which I suppose is fine. Just don't pretend it's not a loading screen, I guess, is kind of how I think about things. If that makes sense. Yoo-hoo, it's me, Padme, with all of my cake.
I was so worried about you.
Is it strawberry shortcake, maybe?
Obi-Wan said you had turned to the dark side.
I have brought peace to
That was like the most casual, sassy,
you and I can rule
you
the
turn to the dark side,
Obi-Wan
hand
was
flip.
right. You've changed.
You've changed.
The Jedi turned against me.
I saw a really interesting speculative Reddit thread the other day that said, in this scene, do you think he's already Vader or do you think he's Anakin? And this was so interesting to me, guys, just to think about, because, you know, on the surface of things, oh, look, even the game says he's Anakin Skywalker. Look at him jiggle.
Only a Sith deals in absolute.
It's interesting because,
I must.
you know, he's already accepted the title of Vader from Sidious, and so part of me is like, okay, well, technically he's Lord Vader because he's already fallen to the dark side, right? He chokes out Padme at this point. What is happening to my controller? Sometimes in these duel fights, this game's the controller will completely freeze, and it's very frustrating to me. It won't let you do anything. You can't move. You can't press any buttons. It just completely stops. But, so what I was saying was, he's technically already named as Vader by Sidious in this time period of the Skywalker saga, right? But, that being said, I feel like part of what classifies Vader as Vader is the extreme sorrow and just lack of... I don't know, it's not lack of willpower, but it's like he loses the will to live, basically, because of Padme, and he just kind of gives up, right? And he just completely falls to the dark side because he's already brought down the Jedi Temple with Sidious, and he feels like he has nothing left. And I feel like that's very classically an indicate... Listen, I'm not leaving these studs, guys. I'll move forward in a second. Padme is fine. I can slash around her. She's unconscious. I feel like that's like a staple of who Vader is, right? But then... Okay, so are these gems, or are they just collecting, like, little pods of magma? What are these supposed to be? I like them a lot, but what are they supposed to be? But I kind of feel like that's part of what defines who Darth Vader is, right? At least the way I look at it. Yeah, I definitely cannot reach that. Is the fact that he's suffered that tragedy and he just completely gives up because he has nothing else to really live for. But that being said, he also... Who are you? Okay, can't kill you. I have not figured out what those blue sparkles are for. I'm assuming it's indicating I can do something with my Jedi powers, but what was that? Oh. I haven't been able to figure this out before. Yeah, panic. Get out of here. But yeah, I don't know. It's just it's an interesting debate to me because on the flip side, for it being Anakin versus Darth Vader, I mean, like I was saying, he already choked out Padme, and he already killed all the younglings, and he betrayed the Jedi, right? And those are very, like, he's clearly already fallen to the dark side in many ways, but you could also argue he was doing it because he thought it was the only thing that he could do to save Padme. But it's not fully until Padme is completely gone that he turns into Vader. Oh, I miss that you don't get the hover anymore as them. So that's kind of what I go back and forth in my head about it. Because I really do kind of get torn over, is he Vader right now, or is he still Anakin? And I want to say I feel like he's still Anakin, but he's almost Vader, even though he's already got the title. At least that's kind of how I feel about it. What do you guys think? I think that's so interesting. Oh. I keep forgetting to look around at the environments. This game does an amazing job with the environments. Like, I know this is just a, quote, just a Lego game, but look how good that looks. I mean, it's not like a FromSoft or a BioWare level game, but I don't expect to see this level of detail in a Lego game. At least, maybe it's because I haven't played a lot of the more recent Lego games. But I'm pretty impressed by that, for sure. So yeah, we accepted an offer on the house. Very exciting. We have to do inspections. We close in July. So it's actually kind of far out, all things considered, which is good because it gives us less time that we have to rent. We're hoping that we do not need to rent for more than a year. That's truly the hope. Wait, is this where I need to go? No, I have to go in that room, right? This has to be a bonus area, I think. So we're hoping to reduce the amount of time that we have to rent, basically. And we'll see how that goes. I'm trying to stay optimistic. It's interesting because we're moving to a completely different state. So that's going to be a very big change. Because right now we live decently close to the coast. And we're moving very far inland in the US. So that's going to be quite different from what we're used to. I inadvertently opened up the access for myself. And I didn't think that I had to do that. I thought I was going to a bonus spot. That's interesting. yeah, so we're going pretty far inland compared to where we are now. And I'm going to miss the ocean. We decided to take a ride down. We took a ride down by the ocean today. We just went down the coastal drive near us. And we found a little clam shack near the water. And we sat and we had some, break apart? Hold. I'm so confused. I have not done this with C-3PO yet. I had no idea that's what those were for. Whoa, man. That's so weird. Oh, that's so weird. And you can toggle between him and his legs. How do you get them back together? Do they just, Oh, you can, okay. Oh, that's so interesting. Anyway, I keep getting distracted. So we had a nice drive along the coast, and we live in an area where if you drive maybe 15 to 20 minutes, like, south of us, that's where you hit, like, the rich people where they live. And it's just, like, mansions and stuff by the water. I've always wondered, whenever I see...
But you won't be alive to see it.
Like, whenever I see houses that are just huge and, like, these big mansions and, like, these sprawling yards and everything, I'm like, what the heck do these people do for work? Do you guys ever think about that? Like, sometimes I wish I could just go knock on the door and say, like, what do you do? Although they're probably not even there. You know, I guess if you have that much money and you have a house that big, you're not really, you know, you can't really jump out of those spots very easily, when they light up. Ooh! And instead I just jumped straight into it. So, maybe if you're that rich, you don't actually stay in your house that often. You know, like I'm kind of assuming that they do. But, I always want to know, like, what do you do? Is it old money? Are they lawyers? Are they doctors? Because I feel like doctors, unless you're a surgeon, you don't make the amount of money that you're living in, like, a 12,000 square foot house by the water, are you? Like I said, unless you're a surgeon. I guess I could see a surgeon making that much. I remember when I used to live in Ohio when I was young, I had a friend. Well, I call her a friend. In retrospect, she was not a friend. You know what I mean? You know those people that pretend they're your friends, and then, like, you find out that they had a party, like a birthday party or something, and you're the only person not invited, and they're like, oh, it's just because, I thought you were busy that weekend. And then you find out later they're just jerks, and they're just using you for, like, homework or whatever. Yeah, that was me with this person, but her father was a surgeon, and he was one of the few, well, I think he had like a specialty or something in the area. He was one of the only people that had his skill set, and he just, I want to say that she said he made, at the time, and this was like, oh my god, this was forever ago when I was still in high school, he made like triple digits per hour at work, like to the tune of, I want to say she said he made like between $300 to $500 per hour, and their house had a pool and a tennis court, but the inside of the house was old. Like it was not like a marble home or like a giant fancy house. They had like 5 kids, and they were all daughters. I think he was just trying to like pump a son out of his wife. They were also super religious people. But they had a big fancy house. And what the hell am I supposed to do with this? Just hit select? Oh, okay. Well, that was easy enough. So they had a big fancy house, and he was a surgeon. So I mean, I guess I could see, well, they had a fancy property. The house was just dilapidated. They did not take care of it. So I guess I could see maybe if you were a surgeon, eventually making that much money, if you were like a high demand surgeon or a specialty surgeon. Daggone, look at this. That's so cool. Look at the lava. Oh my god, is that moving forward? Is it actually moving forward? Am I gonna get trapped here? No, that's not moving forward. No, it's not. Oh, it is. No, it's not. It just looks like it is. Oh, that's a clever trick. I could not tell. It felt like an optical illusion. So are they like lawyers? Are they surgeons? Like, who are these people? What do they do? Are they inventors? Or do they have, like, random stuff that they've patented? You know, I've always wanted to know, like, what do people with money do? What have you done in life that I have not done that has got you to this point? Not that I want a 12,000 square foot house, but I just want to know. You know what I mean? Like, what do you people do? What do you do for all this stuff? Yeah. So I'm gonna miss the area because I love being near the ocean. There's something very special, I think, about being near the ocean, but I don't, whoa, okay. I just got, oh, am I supposed to get blown over here? What is happening? Alright, well, I'm R2 and I just wrecked this guy. So I am definitely going to miss the ocean, that's for sure. But I think that we're going to be moving to a very beautiful place. There's a lot of mountains, and I think it's going to be absolutely gorgeous. So I think it'll be a good change. At least I hope so. But we're not going to be moving into like a new house. We're going to be renting. So we have to get to know the area and settle in first. So that'll be interesting. It'll be a new adventure. I've moved around a lot in my life because my parents are both in the military. Where I am currently is probably the longest I've lived anywhere. Because I've lived a lot of places. And in some ways I'm going to be really sad to miss that because I've never had the chance to put in roots the way I have here. Like, before I lived in my current location, the longest I had lived anywhere was maybe 3 years, I think. And, whoa. And that, you know, not having that sense of permanence is very strange because it's difficult to make lasting friends and connections. And it's also, well, look, two could play at that game, Anakin, thank you. It's difficult to make lasting friends, and it's also very scattering for your history, like, personally. Like, I'm missing medical records and dental records from 2/3 of my life just because I've moved so much that they got lost from going to so many different doctors. This is pretty neat. These levels have been updated very well, I feel. Alright. Let's climb. Oh, I like this dynamic camera angle here. Makes you really feel like you're doing it. Yes, insofar as you can feel like you're doing it on a Lego game. Why? Okay, here we go. Let's see. I think I've lived in... Oh my god. Where have I lived in my history? Let's count how many places I've lived. So I've lived in Maine, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Ohio, New Hampshire, Virginia, Maryland, Guam. I've lived in Guam. How could I forget that? Lived in California for a little while. New Jersey. I've lived in New Jersey. And some of these places I've lived in them twice. So it's like been 2 separate times, 2 separate places in those states. And Rhode Island, I've lived in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 places in Rhode Island alone. So there's been like, that's an extreme example, but there's been like multiple houses. Whoops. There's been multiple houses in different places is basically what I'm trying to say. So I'll be sad to lose the history that I have here, because I've been here for... I've been in my current location since 2013. And it's been nice. Like, I go to the doctor and they're like, oh yeah, I totally know your... I can't access this? Okay. There we go. You know, they're like, oh yeah, we have your full history, we have all your documentation. People recognize me when I go places versus me always being or feeling like a stranger. So that's been really nice. I'm going to be sad to lose that in the new location. That's for sure. So that'll be a bit of a bummer.
It doesn't have to end like this, Anakin.
But I'll always have really good memories of this location. Whoops, hold on, I have to pause. What? Excuse me? Right. Okay. Alright, we're good. We're good. I had to check something. I thought my controller battery had died. That was incorrect. Thought it was going in and out, but I'm okay. We're alright. So, what else do I want to talk about, Bagans? What else is going on? Let's take a think. I talked about work last time. Oh, let's talk about fitness and health. I don't know if anybody is, like, really good at this stuff. Maybe you can help me figure this out, because I've been deeply confused. I cannot make that. 100% I cannot make that. What am I supposed to be doing? Oh, no. I was supposed to do the thing I was already there for. Good job, me. Thanks. Also, can I just say these puzzles are not intuitive in the slightest. I sat here for ages, the first puzzle that looked like this that I encountered. I was like, what on earth am I supposed to do? I eventually figured it out, but I was like, man, this is definitely for kids, because my brain does not think this way. Like, these puzzles are not intuitive for me, unfortunately. So anyway, fitness and health. I'm at a loss, Bacons. So if any of you have any thoughts here, I'm willing to throw this out and see what you guys think. So, I've already mentioned put on weight during the pandemic. Keto no longer works for me. Keto, unfortunately, I think it works for some people. It was definitely an imbalance for me. I developed some health issues from it, and it was directly from keto, per what my doctors say. So, can't do that anymore. So I've been trying to lose the weight. My company paid for a trainer. Like, there's a bunch of great benefits with my new company. They paid for a trainer. So I started going to the trainer. It was a virtual trainer, to be fair. So, you were the chosen one! Look at his hand creep. Oh, God. Oh, time for Padme to die the big sad. So I started going to this trainer. Went to her for 4 months. Same exact weight. Right? So, cut my calories, counted every single thing that went in my mouth. Have not changed any weight. I was working, she had me working out, guys, she had me working out 6 times a week. I was exhausted. I was constantly stressed and tired, and I was full of anxiety. I could barely work out because it was so strenuous. And she was like, I don't know why you're not losing weight. My doctor did blood tests. There's nothing wrong with, like, my hormones. There's nothing wrong with my thyroid. I like how baby Leia has buns just immediately.
My wife and I will take the girl.
I have always pitied Luke in this situation. Like, Leia grew up just in the lap of luxury on this beautiful planet. It's like, all right, Luke, time to go live on this desert hell planet with your uncle and aunt farming moisture out of the air. God, that sucks. See, this is when I think he became Vader. When he gets the mask on, he realizes he lost Padme. Because the mask symbolizes his final transformation in some ways. You know what I mean? So, I don't know why I cannot lose weight, Bacons. I'm at a complete loss. I've been working out strenuously, been lifting weights and doing cardio, tracking every calorie at a deficit. Initially, my trainer said I was eating too little, so we increased my calories and my weight stayed the same. Increased it again, my weight stayed the same. Dropped it, my weight stayed the same. Like, I don't know what the heck is wrong with me that I can't lose weight. Like, I'm at a genuine loss. And Like, my trainer couldn't figure it out, to the point I was like, this is doing nothing for me. I've paid, like, well, I should say my company has paid you for 4 months now. This is stressing the heck out of me. I'm stronger a little bit, but I'm not losing any weight, and I need to lose weight to be healthy again. So I canceled it. I was like, this is not helping me at all. And I still cannot figure out what I'm doing wrong. I'm not, like, drinking heavily. Most days I don't drink at all, because I know alcohol can really lend itself to weight gain. So I don't know, man. I'm open to ideas if I may have missed something. It's not diabetes either. My blood sugar, that's the weird thing. Yay! Revenge of the Sith finished. Yeah, New Hope time. I cannot wait to play Rogue One. Wait, do they not have Rogue One? I thought they had Rogue One. No! I thought they had Rogue One. Oh, no. Oh, I'm so sad. No. Do they not have Rogue One? Oh, no. I'm so upset. Okay, hold the phone. I gotta check on this. Bacons. No. Alright, Bacons. I had to pause to check to see about Rogue One, and also I had to pause because, as it turns out, the Star Wars music is gonna get claimed, so I had to pause while it was playing the Star Wars music for the opening for A New Hope. So, I am so upset Rogue One is not in here. I am not happy about that. I'm very sad. I love Rogue One. That being said, this level is my second favorite level in Star Wars, the Lego games. Oh, because something about the aesthetics I love, and you used to be able to open every single panel, and it made my silly brain happy. Screw your espresso machine. We're being invaded. The only person who gets coffee is me, because I'm amped. I'm very bummed about not getting Rogue One. That is a darn shame. So, yeah, fitness and health stuff. No clue. Open to ideas there for sure. Uh-oh, what's happening? Oh my! C-3PO. So, what else? Don't mind me, I'm just gonna cause a fire in space. Nothing to worry about here. So what else have I been up to lately? I've been reading a lot. I've been working so much that in the bits of free time I have, if I'm not able to spend some time here on this game, I have been trying to read much more. And very uncharacteristically for me, I might add, I've been on like a horror thriller kick. I have problems reading horror and thriller. I don't like gore. I'm not good with any kind of blood, which deeply disappointed my mother, by the way. She wanted me to be a doctor, and I can't handle blood. I can't even handle, like, my own blood. If I see it, I freak out. I couldn't even take anatomy. Like, other kids in school, I think, like, to get the highest GPA at my old school, you had to take anatomy. Oh, I just blew myself up somehow. And I could never do it because I cannot, the human body just grosses me the hell out. Could not do it. So I am not about it. I can't do gore. Can't do that kind of genre, but I can do thrillers and stuff. So traditionally I've never been super into them because they're all kind of, they're really predictable. And my bachelor's degree was was in English literature. So, unfortunately, unfortunately, I read constantly, and I've read a lot, and so things become very easily guessed in terms of plot points. And horror and thrillers are a genre where I feel like they're so by the books that they're really boring in some ways, because you can just guess what's going to happen. Whoops. I'm not really certain what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay, well this guy's here, blocking me, so maybe I'll just run around and shoot stuff. I'm Leia. I'm all powerful. I'm gonna do Carrie Fisher proud. Oh, maybe I can explode one of those things at them. We'll watch. Come on, get it. There we go. That was an achievement? Oh, maybe I needed to blow up enough of those and it became an achievement? I am not good at duck and cover mechanics, so I'm gonna have to figure that out, I think. Whoop. Homie, you better get out of here with that bomb. I feel like they definitely took more inspiration from Rogue One for that shot just there.
Ambassador.
I'll never forget that scene for the first time. Oh, I love Rogue One so much. Anyway, that's a different topic. So, interestingly enough for me, I've been on like a thriller kick lately. So, sadly, a bunch of them are definitely by the books and wrote, but there's been a couple ones I read recently that really stuck in my head. So, the first one I want to recommend, if you guys are into these kind of books, or if you're into like a unique idea. Yeah, give me those coins. The Fisherman by John Langan got in my head in a way that books have not gotten in my head in a long time. I read it back in 2020 and I could not stop thinking about it. And if I can't stop thinking about it, I go ahead and I buy the book physically, because I don't buy a bunch of physical books anymore. It's just the ones that I really feel like are worth owning and putting on the shelf. And I actually bought that one this year because I could not get it out of my head. If you like Cthulhu stuff, and if you like Eldritch type weird uncanny valley horror, that's a really good one. It sounds super boring. I just want to caveat, it's like the description is like two friends suffering a loss decide to go fishing, and it's like more than they bargained for. It's described as something like that. And to me, if you enjoy fishing, a solid no offense meant, I'm just gonna say that, I think fishing is really boring. I also think it's kind of gross, quite honestly. I'm a little bit squeamish. I don't like worms or bugs or whatever, so it's just me. And I also don't like touching fish. They gross me out. But it sounds so dull. But what happens is some really freaky stuff related to where they go fishing. Related to the history of the area and like the boondocks of New York. So that's a really good one. Highly recommend. God, these guys soak up a lot of bullets. You know, they may not have good armor in the movies, but they sure have them in the Lego games, I'll tell you that much. So this John Langan book, really, really good. Really, really good. Highly recommend that one. He wrote another book that's not bad, but I didn't like it as much, called House of Windows. And in fact, I'm sitting here thinking about it, I can't even remember what it was. So if I can't even remember what the plot is, quite honestly, that's probably going to tell you enough right there. Whoops. That's alright, I can recollect it. It's all good. I also never see the Y button for the counter moves until it's too late. I think I've been able to trigger that maybe 3 times in this game, and I keep actively trying. Like, I look for it. But I don't know. I spot it and it's too late. I'm already like constantly blasting away whatever it is. Like Danny DeVito in that meme. So anyway, I started blasting.
Captain, please don't say that again.
Say what again? Ooh. Do I jump down there? I think I might. Oh, I have to put out the fire first? Is that what I'm doing? This is a much more involved level than it was the original game. Yeah, so John Langan's The Fisherman. Fantastic. Another author who got deeply in my head writes under the name T.J. Kingfisher. T. Kingfisher. And the book The Hollow Places is the first book I read by them. Oh my god. I don't even know what it is about that book. Something about it so freaked me out. I think it's because it seems so innocuous. Like, just, there's like these trees, and then it references like antlions, which are already kind of crazy. Like, if you like Half-Life, you'll know their version of antlions, but like, it's based on the original kind of weird story called The Willows by, oh shoot, what's the author's name? Oh, I'm sorry, I can't remember the author's name. Which is about two friends that go on this canoe trip, and they end up in this weird island, and they get stranded from a storm. And then, I guess this is a spoiler alert if you're gonna read it. It's a short story. It's a quick read. But basically, these things sense that they're near based on the more you think about them or acknowledge that they exist. Which is so strange because you basically have to not think about them as much as possible. And it's such a weird thing. Like, you can't think about it, and if you do, that's what dooms you. I don't know. That concept is just so interesting to me. So, that's a really, really good one. And then that author also wrote The Twisted Ones, which I don't think is as good as The Hollow Places, but it's still really, really good. I enjoyed it a lot. Why do I have to wear these? There's nothing, like, there's no panel I have to dial into here. Whoops. Okay. I guess I'll have to wait to find out what's in that other room. So the, what was the other one? Oh, so The Twisted Ones is basically this woman goes to clear out her grandmother's old hoarder house, after she passes away, and some really weird, messed up shit happens. That's a really good one. I like stuff like that, where it's, I need to back away from this thing before it freaks out and blows up. Maybe I can explode it from afar. Here we go. So that's a really good one. That got under my skin as well, just from some of the descriptions. You can immediately guess, like, what happens for the most part, but the characters are all very well-rounded. Although I will say, like, you can tell that the author was finding their voice still with the first book, which was, I think, The Twisted Ones was out before The Hollow Places, which is the one I really like, because there's some excessive uses of parentheses in an attempt to make the character seem funny and relatable at the beginning of The Twisted Ones, which is kind of irritating when you read it. But once you're past that initial section where she's trying to establish the character's personality and you get more into the story, then it starts really becoming engaging. So, really recommend that one. Alright, what are we doing with the security camera here? Hot potato with a grenade. Well, that's convenient. That's not convenient. That's not convenient at all. And then the most recent book that I read in the genre that I actually immediately purchased. Like, sometimes I don't purchase stuff right away. Like, I'll build it, but no, I want to go this way first, right? Or, excuse me, I'll build it, jeez. I will read it, but I won't buy it right away. Like, I'll wait and see if thinking about it impacts me. This is one of those ones that I read and then I bought instantly. Instantly, guys. And it's called, what is it? Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. Daggone, that book threw me for a loop. Like, you start the book convinced that the main character is incorrect and that the house that she inherited is haunted. And then you are convinced that the house is not haunted. And then there's like 3 twists in a row at the end, none of which I saw coming. And it was wild. And I was like, it is so rare for me to get shocked by any twist, let alone 3. 3 in a row. And they were natural, like all the threads pulled together. The book impressed me so much that I went and just hunted down all of the other books that this person had written. And I read all of those as well. But I did not buy the other ones because I don't think they were as good as this one. But this one, oh, that one really took the cake. That was an excellently written book. Yeah, what was it called? Home Before Dark. I recommend it. I mean, it's not going to be like an Asimov, okay? I just want to make that very clear. Like, I'm not recommending, like, classic literature right now, but it is fun. It's super fun. I swear that thing targeted him. That thing, like, came after us. Am I wrong? I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong at all. I refuse to admit that I was. I thought I shot all this stuff. Am I missing stuff? I must be missing stuff. Oh, that's just a gonk droid. That's not a gonk droid, excuse me. What are you? Ooh. Oh, that's the, oh. Right. I forgot I had to come back here. I was just coming back here anyway because I thought I would get to, That's fair. I thought I was coming back here to get stuff to collect. I forgot that this was here. But yeah, this makes sense. Even though I could get through this way, right? Yeah. So you can, I guess you can go either way. Doesn't matter which way you go. So yeah, Home Before Dark's really good. I have not watched the second season of The Mandalorian. Or, is it? No. I watched the first and second season of The Mandalorian. That's something else I've been doing recently. I liked the second season way better than the first season. I don't know if that's a common perspective. I felt like the first season had a lot of unnecessary filler episodes that I found, quite frankly, very boring. The second season I felt was paced really well, except I hated... spoilers for the next, like, 30 seconds. Starting now. I hated Luke Skywalker showing up. I was deeply annoyed by it. I wish it hadn't happened. I resent the fact that it happened. It annoys me deeply. Because I wanted, like, one thing where the Skywalkers were not involved, and they couldn't even give us that. And that really bothers me. Like, it really does bother me. I was like, you couldn't have chosen, you know, a different Jedi, or had Ahsoka be the one who shows up to train Baby Yoda. No, it had to be Luke Skywalker with his Uncanny Valley CGI face. Really? I was not a fan. I did not like it. Everything else in the series I really liked. I have not yet watched the Boba Fett series. I haven't had time. I feel like in the bits of free time I have, I never know what to do with myself because there's so many things I want to do. Oh, I did not want to wear this. That's alright. It's fashion, baby. It's fashion. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't like Luke showing up. Other than that, it was a good series. I think I liked it a lot. I liked it much better than the latest Star Wars movies. At this point, I've pretty much abandoned all hope for the franchise as Disney owns it, other than some of these one-off like show series that are not bad. And I'm hoping that like the KOTOR video game redeems some of the video game issues that we've experienced. King Bacon told me to pick up, what was the latest real Star Wars game that came out with the redheaded guy, Kale or whatever his name was. I tried to play that, guys. I could not get into it. I don't know what it was about it. I could not get into it. And I don't know why. I couldn't get into it. I don't have another explanation. Something about it. I don't know. Just not about it. So, there's that. But those are the books I've been reading lately. I also tried to read House of Leaves, which evidently is a moderately famous book that came out in 2000? Was it 2000? That one's weird. It doesn't creep me out at all. I swear to God, her punching people is way faster than shooting them. Oh, maybe not. Hiya! Take that! Shoot you at point blank range, my guy. It is interesting that in this game, with the older levels, or the older films, they still, I understand that, homie. They still, like, they actually show the masks coming off for the stormtroopers, unlike the original movies, which is kind of interesting, I think. I mean, I think it's interesting. What ho? A pressure pad puzzle? What is this? So yeah, let's see, I watched that show. Oh, God, I don't think I've actually had a chance to watch anything else. Is there something I'm supposed to... Is this, like, an order? This must be a free play thing. Alright. I shall come back. I like how sassy their skirts are when they run. It amuses me. Oh, let's see. What else? A note, just because... Not that any of you guys have this issue, but just as a note. Pay attention to your shoes, team. I was having extreme foot pain. Could not figure out why. And eventually realized I missed the Y again. Come on, give me a Y. Give me a Y! See, I hit the Y and it didn't do it. Give me the Y. No? Okay. So, I was having weird foot pain. Couldn't figure out why. I was doing lots of walks and stuff. Stopped taking walks so much because work really ramped up and escalated. It goes up and down with how busy things are. So work had really ramped up. And my foot started feeling better. And I was like, yay, my foot. It doesn't hurt as much. And I went for another walk maybe 2 weeks ago, and my foot started hurting again. And I was like, what is happening? I thought I was doing fine. And King Bacon was like, did you flex your foot? Because it's like, you know how like if you do a lunge or something, your foot flexes? It's like along that flex on a specific foot that I was having issues with. And I was like, he was like, have you done any lunges as your workouts? Like, have you injured yourself and not realized it? And I was like, no, I'm hyper conscious of flexing that foot because I have an injury. Or at least I thought it was an injury. And I was like, literally, the only thing that's different is the weather got better and I went for a walk. And I wore my outdoor walking shoes, which I only ever wear outdoors because I hate germs. And I don't want to wear them inside the house. And I thought, holy crap. I think it's my shoes. So guess what? It was my shoes. It was absolutely my shoes. So if you're having foot pain, check your shoes. You might need new shoes. Apparently you're supposed to like swap out your shoes way more often than you'd think. So, not that that matters toward anything we're talking about, but check your shoes. I had to order new shoes today. Why are shoes so expensive, by the way? Why are sneakers so expensive? This inflation is nuts. I can't move. He's moving himself. Okay, alright, here we go. We'll finish this level. Can I not, get anything back here? Okay. Ooh, no. Yeah. I was gonna say, you look breakable. I can't get up there, though. There's no aiming with R2. It's just like, it's either this, or it's that, or it's the butt slam. You mean I broke that, but there's no... Try again. Yeah. Here we go. Maybe I can booty slam this. Hell yeah. Okay. Hobbies? Been knitting, like I told you guys last time. That's how I discovered I had ADHD. Probably the least amount of preparation I've ever done for a hobby was knitting. Oh my god, I cannot get through here. I had a dream about knitting, actually. And then the next day, I went to... There's a farmer's market near here that I've never been to, even though I've lived here since 2013. And went to the farmer's market, and it was all, like, local food and stuff, which is nice, but, it, you know, it's expensive. So we were looking at the local food, and then in the middle of the farmer's market by itself was a stall selling alpaca wool for knitting. And I was like, oh, it's a sign. So I haggled with the guy. I bought some wool. I had no knitting needles. I had nothing. And I was like, I'm going to learn how to knit. Because if society collapses, I want a good skill to know how to make clothes. So I decided to learn how to knit. And I wanted to buy this chunky Santa hat that I had found. And I thought, oh, what if I knit it instead? And then I rapidly realized, are these evil R2s? They are evil R2s. Die, evil R2. Wait, are they evil? They might not be. I'm sorry. My apologies. I assumed they were evil because they were black and red like Star Wars theme. The Star Wars Sith theme. Woo! What are you? Oh, it has us on orbit. Ooh. That's cool. Alright, let's go. Are you evil? Why are you following me? Okay. It's not attacking me. So I wanted to try knitting a chunky Santa hat. And I did! I felt like a legit professional. Oh, you sneaky bastard. Oh, there's the showering guy with his boxer briefs. They're just not in a hot tub this time. He's in the shower. Oh, that's fun. This is fun. Look at his soap. You can wiggle his soap around. Oh my god, this is a riot. Fun fact for you guys. Did you know that body wash is actually not soap? It is technically a detergent. Yeah, a detergent. Think about that for a second. And they have found that because of the composition of body wash, it actually ends up kind of sealing your pores a little bit, and it makes people sweat more. So if you tend to sweat more than you like remember from when you were younger, and you use body wash, try using like a normal bar of soap instead, because it could be your oh, they still have the hot tub, guys. Oh, that's so fun. It could be your body wash. I switched to soap, and it's been great. I really like it. Oh, I keep forgetting C-3PO can build stuff because he's got hands, technically. There we go.
Hey, you're not permitted in there.
Whoa!
You'll be deactivated for sure.
Look at all that! Dude. I don't know what it was, but that was so satisfying to me, and I don't know why. All the stuff piled up there. Oh, I don't know why that was so oddly satisfying. So yeah, try bar soap. I switched. I love it. I kind of convinced King Bacon to switch. He uses Duke Cannon bar soap, which is like the most manly soap I think I've ever seen in my life. But yeah. So bar soap. It's really good, eh? All right, let's see. We're at the end, I think. We're at the end of this level. We're gonna escape. That pod seems too small for them. Here we go. We're getting out of here.
That's the damage doesn't look as bad from out here. Oh.
Why are they in a washing
I don't know
machine?
what you're talking about. I'm a member of the Imperial Senate on a diplomatic mission to Alderaan.
You are part of the Rebel Alliance and a traitor. Take her away.
Wait a minute, a diplomatic mission to Alderaan? I thought she's from Alderaan.
Yes, sir.
Or am I misremembering for Alderaan reasons? Oh, sorry that I'm not sorry about that bad joke.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, what are you talking about? Who even knows? Yay, we finished the level! Woohoo! We have a new hope. True Jedi. Yes. I actually completed 2 challenges. Huh. Very cool. I never know. I usually kind of bulldoze through the levels. I unlocked everything. I don't always unlock everything either. Maybe I have to play or at least switch to the characters now and then? I don't know. Oh, that's very exciting.
Let's go.
Ha ha!
My word.
Yay!
I'll function with
Anyway, Bacons, that's all I got for you today. I hope you're all doing swimmingly.
just about
Um,
enough of you near
and I guess I'll chat with you later. I'm not good at goodbyes. Ah!